Take two because apparently I can't talk today. We're not doing another take, so this is it. Daytrippers by Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba, twin brothers. They were born June 5th, 1976 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. This was a 10 episode issue, 10 issue series. I don't know the lingo. Help me out here. By Vertigo Comics, which I guess is now defunct, which now is DC Black Label, which I guess is kind of the riskier stuff that DC does, apparently. Between February through November of 2010. So Fabio Moon and we'll just say Fabio and Gabriel. Fabio, I don't know why I keep saying Fabio. They did the writing, they did the art. I guess they kind of shared it both. I want to give some credit to Sean Cano, which did the lettering, and Dave Stewart, who did the colors. I think they need to get a shout out because this is fantastic. Um, you've seen the majority of comic slash manga that I've read in my lifetime. There's a period 8 9 years ago where I was reading some stuff. I was getting into some things, and I just didn't have anywhere to really buy stuff, so or go browse. So that kind of died out, and then I, you know, thanks to the YouTubes, I got into it, and I've been reading a lot of this stuff, or started reading a lot of this stuff. And this is by far my favoriteest thing that I've read in the graphic novel, graphic comic, manga, whatever you want to call it. This is by far my favorite thing that I've read. Um, so we follow this guy, Bras de Olivia Domingos. I'm sure there's a sexy Brazilian accent that should be applied to that name. And each chapter, each issue, whatever you want to say, is a day in the life of Bras. Braz. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to pronounce his name. I know a good booktuber, YouTuber, whatever would have looked it up and sue me, whatever. And each day so each issue is like a snapshot of the day of his life, and each day ends in tragedy where he, spoiler alert, I guess, this thing's, you already know this thing's 13 years old. Each day he ends up dying, and so each issue is a different snapshot of his life and how I guess it could have ended. So there's days where he's a young boy, days where he's an old man, days where he's my age, and so if I had to venture a guess as to like the deepness of this, it's kind of like live each day like it's your last, because you just never know when it's going to be. And some days were very happy, some days were very tragic. Spoiler alert, he lost his father and and his son was born on the same day, and of course he dies at the end of that chapter. There's an issue when he was a young boy, um, which is kind of hard to read. Always It's always hard when it affects the kids. There was a chapter where he was an old man, with a spoiler alert, terminal illness. The very first chapter, it was his birthday, and he was going to. His father was up for an award, and he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and spoiler alert, he dies. So and the artwork in this is absolutely incredible. Trying to find something that's a little more um, there is some sort of nudity in it, so I kind of want to find something that's kind of dreamy yet. I should have had something, you know, something ready, like a good YouTuber would. Where's the? Oh my lord! I know I'm terrible, absolutely terrible. You know, it just the artwork is very nice. I'll just randomly, there's it's colorful, just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I guess like if you're from Brazil, you probably know what that's supposed to mean. I guess there's some like inside. If you're Brazilian, there's like some inside jokes going on in here and stuff that I'm not really up to par on. Um, so yeah, just absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I don't know what else to say about it besides if you haven't read this, go get it. If I ever become a rich man, I want to get the hardcover edition of this. Right now, as the time of this recording, it's like $65, and I can't do that right now. I gotta buy gravel for the driveway. I gotta I had to pay for my books out of pocket this term. So I'm not feeling very rich at the moment, so I don't really want to drop $60 on something that I already have. But if I ever get rich, if I ever feel rich, I definitely want to get the hardcover deluxe edition of this. Um, just because this thing is just awesome, and I'm sure the hardcovers just makes it that much nicer. So, like I say, if you haven't read this, definitely go read it. It's super deep. Especially I'm a big fan of the Eastern religions, the Buddhisms and the Hinduisms and stuff, and it a lot of the deeper stuff kind of rings true to the Eastern religions and stuff, and it's just so good. I can't say enough. It's just good. Go get it. Go read it. If you can't afford the I don't know, 24.99, I'm sure your library has it. If not, request your library to get it because this is just an amazing work. I can't stress it enough. I mean, it's happy and sad at the same time. It just pulls on all sorts of heartstrings, and it hits you in the feelers. It really does, and that's not something that typically happens with me. I don't. A lot of stuff doesn't hit me in the feelers, but this one did. So that's saying something. So, Daytrippers by Fábio Moon and Gabriel Ba. Comment down below. Have you read it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? And um, I have the most important part. And I should have started off with this, but I'm a horrible person. I have an affiliate link down below for bookshop.org. I didn't actually look to see if bookshop.org has this, but if they do, I'll put a link to it down below. If you use it to go buy Daytrippers or use my affiliate link to go buy other books, I get a little piece of the pie. No extra cost to you, and it just helps me out to be able to buy $65 deluxe edition. So that's it for this one, peeps. Like I said, let me know what you thought of Daytrippers if you've read it. If you haven't read it, go read it and then let me know what you thought of it. Cheers.